to Quirky Crafts and Collectibles. I'm Pandora Box, and welcome to this episode of Generation Girls.
Generation Girls!
At International High School, USA, 6 best friends met the very first day. Nechelle wants to model, get ready, be a star.
Cool up!
Tori's into sports, honor board, and going far.
Nice skates!
Barbie is an actress with the camera in the play.
Great dress! 6 best friends!
6 best friends, each one a star. Generation Girl dolls, each sold separately with 2 outfits and lots of cool stuff. Dolls don't walk on their own.
So this is the first series of Generation Girls, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit of the history of the girls, how they got together, where they're from, and all that jazz, and who joined them later on in the series. So this was the first season of Generation Girls, and I never got into the second or third, but I'm so glad I got these girls here. Now, a couple of them went through, like Barbie, a few of the girls went through the second series and the third, and I thought on the third series or the second series, let me just double check my notes, we had a guy, and he was in the second edition, and his name was Blaine, and I didn't think I actually got Blaine, and I thought I missed out, but lo and behold, I actually did have him in the, and here he is, and he's not articulated as the other girls are, but I didn't realize I had Blaine, and I got him for another series or another reason I bought him, and yeah, so here he is. This is Blaine, and he was a Aussie guy, and I think he had a thing for Barbie, but I'll tell you that a little bit later on. So this series had a lot of accessories with each doll. I'm just going to put Blaine there, just laying there. So Anna, this is Anna. She was a beach sporty girl. She was into surfing, snooker diving, and they all came with all these accessories. So you know how Barbie Extra come with all the extra stuff? Well, when you really look at this was extra. And the dolls, you know, they're articulated in the arms, not the hands, but just the arms, the shoulders, the head. They snap at the knees, so they have snap at the knees dolls, these ones. But these were absolutely fantastic.
1999 to 2001, we have Generation Girl. The Generation Girl series was a beside line in the beginning of the century. It was a short-time series around a group of 8 friends at the International High School in New York City. The dolls introduced 5 new face molds. The most important face mold were the Generation Barbie Girl face. That became Barbie's new standard face for the next years, an endless Barbie, and the Lara face that is mainly used for collector dolls. After these 3 different editions, the series ended.
These girls only had a season of 3 years, but you just got so much. You know, you had a movie star, you had Barbie, of course, and these are all her friends. You had an artist, you had a guitarist, you had 2 sportsy girls, you know. Now, this is Tori. You got little cards like this for every doll. But for some reason I can only find Barbies and Tories. But Tori, as you'll see just there, she had another name called Vicky, but Tori was her name. So it was Tori, so I don't know how Vicky came along.
First edition Generation Girl: Barbie, Nechelle, Lara, Anna, Tori, Chelsea.
But these girls all came in with, they had these little booklets, so they will fold away, okay, and just, I've got one here, and you open it up, and it just tells you what you could get when you know, look at that. I mean, 1999, World of Barbie, so it's just telling you how old this is, and it just shows you all the things that you could get. You know, it was just a little bit of advertising for them. You know, and also you got a little card as well. So this was a generation girl. And, you know, there was a little bit of a story in the books. So it tells you what the girls got up to, what they did. And then there's a story. And for some reason, yeah, just the whole lot. Okay, so it just tells you all about the dolls and what they get into. And then you also got a little story, like a, you know, where they're from, and it was a mystery in room, like there was a story in each one, but they only came once. They never continued. And the story goes there's quite a bit of a story in it. It's quite nice to read, but it doesn't continue, so we were never able to finish. Maybe unless you went on to buying the second lot of dolls. Who knows?
Generation Girl! International High School, USA. 6 best friends meet at a dance party today. Toys into sports on a portrait group. Into dancing too. Mari loves computers, she's new in school. She leads songs, sing along. Lara is an artist drawing friends, it's cool. This party's fun. 6 best friends, Generation Girl dolls. Each sold separately with 2 fashions and lots of cool stuff. Dolls don't move on their own. Now you can get a free cool body clip, especially marked Generation Girl dolls while supplies last.
Now listen to my stories while I show you the stories of Generation Girls.
Second edition. Generation Girl Dance Party. Toys R Us exclusive. Barbie, Chelsea, Nechelle, Lara, Tori, Marie, and Blaine. Barbie, the new generation Barbie, introduced the new Barbie face mold that became the new standard face in the playline. Nechelle Williams was the only generation girl without a new face mold. They used the Aisha face from 1990. Nechelle appeared in the 3 editions. She was born in New York City. She likes jazz and pretzels with mustard. Lara, Marie, More, Strassa. Anna, Marasa, Susi. Lara in Europe, Marie, and Anna in Europe, Marissa, share the same face mold, of which Lara became the name given, Lara face. Lara appears in the 3 editions, and 3, Lara is French, born in Paris. She likes art and painting. Anna only in the 1. Anna was born in Mexico City. She likes gymnastics and surfing. The 3rd edition, Generation Girl My Room with furniture.
Come on, girls, here's something new. Generation girls have got their own rooms. My personality is so me. Tori's rocking in her super hip room. My one band and a scooter cool move. Barbie's popping in a video, sharing popcorn, soda, and chatting on her phone. Anna's hanging out on her inflatable bed. She's got a fun ukulele and fish to be fed. Now Generation Girl dolls come with their own rooms, each sold separately. You can also hang out with Nechelle, Mari, and Lara.
Barbie, Nechelle, Lara, Anna, Tori, Marie, and Blaine. Tori, Susie Burns, and Chelsea Patterson. And Chelsea was introduced in 1999 with the 1st edition. They share the same face mold, of which Tori was name given Tori face. Tori was introduced in all 3 editions. Chelsea only in the 1st and 2nd. Tori is from Australia, born in Sydney. Oh, just like me, and likes skateboarding. Chelsea is British, born in London. She's a sing-songwriter. Marie was introduced in 2000 as the new Asian teenage in the Generation Girl series. Her new face mold was used for 2 Generation Girl, Marie in the 2nd and 3rd edition. Blaine Gordon is born in New York City. He likes hip-hop. Blaine presented a new male face mold, Blaine Face, with a modern hairstyle in the 2nd and 3rd edition. Sadly, the face was only used twice. With the finish of the Generation Girls, Blaine disappeared for a while. Initially, Blaine was planned to be Zack, who should become a new friend to Skipper, but Zack was never produced. Instead of Skipper, Barbie got a new friend. His role as a heartbreak started after the Generation Girl era. In 2004, Blaine appeared with a new background story and Tango Face at the California Girl. In the second wave, he was introduced as Summer's brother and now an Aussie boy. According to the script book, a tender summer romance developed between Blaine and Barbie.
They also came with stands as well, so these were their stands. The dolls didn't stand very well in them, so I've got them in the other stands at the moment. But I'm going to put Blaine in this one. He can just stand there. He's quite a hip-hop type of guy. These aren't his original clothes for this doll, because he came for some other reason. He has more appendages in this doll, so we're not going to show you those. But he was a special doll that I bought. I mean, look, you can tell by the history of these dolls. You know, these are the phones that they had compared to the mobiles that they show now. Look how big they were. You know, you put it next to Barbie there. It was quite large. And they all had a phone. They just had so much accessories and so much fun. And, you know, these dolls were just made... I don't know, I fell in love with these dolls and I really, really liked them. You know, they all had their own individual... They all had their individual thing about them, you know, and the fashions were great. I mean, you know, there was just so much fashion in there, and you exchange and change their clothing. You know, Barbie came with this outfit, she came with a blue dress, she came with a jacket, you know, tights, bags, just so much accessories, you know. You know, they had little tops, little pants, you could change them, all their fashions, you know, a whole lot of different clothing for them. They were a lot of fun. Her guitar is actually with Daisy, with the Barbie and Princess Adventure, because Daisy didn't have a guitar with her, so she's borrowed hers. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Generation Girl! Now make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss any of my programs. And tell me if you collected these dolls in the comments down below. And it really helps if you give me a like. So until next time, I'm Pandora Box. Checkers! Generation Girl!